Fellow gardeners, let me share something that completely transformed my understanding of soil health and earthworm management. After decades of watching gardeners struggle with compacted soil and lifeless earth, I stumbled upon a method so elegantly simple that it seems almost too good to be true. Yet here I am, watching earthworms literally migrate from neighboring yards into my garden beds, all thanks to what I call the soaked seed trick. This isn't just another gardening hack. It's a game-changing approach that combines worm attraction with soil conditioning in one powerful technique. If you've been searching for a natural way to improve your soil structure while building a thriving earthworm population, you're about to discover your new secret weapon. Before we dive into the technique itself, let's talk about what actually draws earthworms to specific areas. These incredible soil engineers are constantly searching for three key elements: moisture, organic matter, and the perfect pH environment. When you understand their basic needs, attracting them becomes surprisingly straightforward. Earthworms navigate primarily through chemical signals in the soil. They're drawn to areas rich in decomposing organic matter because that's their primary food source. The fermentation process that occurs when seeds begin to break down creates exactly the kind of chemical signature that earthworms find irresistible. It's like sending out a dinner invitation that travels through the soil network. The moisture component is equally crucial. Earthworms breathe through their skin, which, must remain moist for proper oxygen exchange. When you create consistently moist pockets in your soil through strategic seed placement, you're essentially building earthworm highways that lead directly to your garden beds. Here's where the magic happens. The technique involves using common seeds. I prefer using a mixture of alfalfa, clover, and sunflower seeds that you'll prepare in a very specific way. Start by soaking your chosen seeds in non-chlorinated water for 24 to 48 hours. This pre-soaking process jumpstarts germination and creates the initial fermentation that earthworms find so appealing. After soaking, you'll have seeds that are beginning to swell and show early signs of sprouting. Now comes the crucial part. Instead of planting these seeds in the traditional sense, you're going to bury small handfuls throughout your garden beds at a depth of about 3 to 4 inches. Space these seed pockets roughly every 2 to 3 feet across your garden area. The beauty of this method honestly lies in timing. As these seeds continue their decomposition process underground, they create a continuous source of organic matter that earthworms just can't resist. Within just a few days, you'll start noticing increased earthworm activity in these areas. And within 2 weeks, you'll have established what I like to call worm magnets throughout your garden. Not all seeds work equally well for this technique. Through extensive experimentation in my own garden and with fellow Soilsage Chronicles community members, I've identified several seed varieties that produce exceptional results. Alfalfa seeds top my list because they're nitrogen-rich and break down at the perfect rate for sustained earthworm attraction. The nitrogen content also provides an excellent slow-release fertilizer for your existing plants. Clover seeds work similarly well and have the added benefit of fixing nitrogen in the soil, even if some of them do eventually sprout. Sunflower seeds bring a different advantage. They're larger and provide substantial organic matter as they decompose. They also contain oils that earthworms find particularly attractive. For gardeners dealing with heavy clay soils, I recommend adding some radish seeds to the mix. Even though they might germinate and grow, the ones that don't create excellent soil-breaking organic matter. Avoid using treated seeds or anything that's been coated with fungicides or pesticides. These chemicals will actually repel earthworms and defeat the entire purpose of the technique. Always opt for organic, untreated seeds when possible. While attracting earthworms is the primary goal, this technique offers incredible soil conditioning benefits that extend far beyond increased worm populations. As the seeds decompose, they're adding organic matter directly into your soil at the root zone level where it's needed most. The decomposition process creates beneficial microorganisms that improve soil structure and nutrient availability. These microorganisms work symbiotically with earthworms, creating a thriving underground ecosystem that continues to improve over time. The result is soil that becomes more porous, better draining, and more nutrient-dense with each growing season. I've observed that gardens using this technique consistently show improved water retention during dry spells and better drainage during heavy rains. The earthworm tunnels created by your attracted worm population act as natural irrigation systems, allowing water to penetrate deeper into the soil profile while preventing surface runoff. The effectiveness of this technique varies significantly based on timing and seasonal conditions. Early spring, just as soil temperatures begin to warm, represents the optimal window for implementation. This timing coincides with natural earthworm activity cycles and gives you the entire growing season to build your worm population. Fall application can also be highly effective, especially in regions with mild winters. The seeds actually have time to begin decomposition before cold weather slows biological activity, which creates an attractive environment that earthworms will seek out as they prepare for winter dormancy. Avoid applying this technique during the hottest summer months or during extended dry periods. Without adequate soil moisture, the seeds just won't decompose properly, and earthworms will be a lot less active overall. If you must apply during summer, make sure you're maintaining consistent soil moisture through regular watering or mulching. Even with perfect technique, some gardeners do encounter challenges that prevent optimal results. The most common issue I see involves soil pH problems. Earthworms prefer slightly acidic to neutral soil conditions, typically between 6.0 and 7.0 pH. If your soil is highly acidic or alkaline, you may need to address these conditions before expecting significant earthworm attraction. Compacted soil presents another challenge. While earthworms can help alleviate compaction over time, severely compacted soil may prevent them from easily accessing your seed deposits. So, consider loosening the soil mechanically in problem areas before implementing the soaked seed technique. Pesticide and chemical fertilizer use can also interfere with results. These products often harm beneficial soil organisms and can repel earthworms. If you've been using conventional chemical treatments, give your soil time to recover before expecting optimal results from this natural approach. The real beauty of this technique becomes apparent over multiple growing seasons. As your earthworm population establishes and grows, you'll notice dramatic improvements in overall soil health that extend far beyond the immediate areas where you've placed seed deposits. So, established earthworm populations create these extensive tunnel networks that really improve soil aeration throughout your garden beds. And, their castings provide slow-release nutrition that supports plant health without those boom-bust cycles you often see with synthetic fertilizers. Over time, you'll notice you're relying less on external inputs as your soil becomes more and more self-sustaining. Many gardeners report that plants grown in earthworm-rich soil show increased disease resistance and better stress tolerance. The improved soil biology just creates stronger, healthier plants that can better withstand environmental challenges and pest pressure. So, are you ready to transform your garden with this simple but powerful technique? I suggest starting small with just one garden bed to observe the results before expanding to your entire growing area. And hey, document your progress with photos and notes. You'll be amazed at the changes you'll observe over just a few months. Remember, building healthy soil is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient with the process and consistent with your applications. The earthworms are out there just waiting for the right invitation to make your garden their home. If this technique works as well for you as it has for me and countless other gardeners in our community, don't keep it to yourself. Share your results with fellow gardeners and help spread the word about this natural approach to soil improvement. And don't forget to subscribe to Soilsage Chronicles for more game-changing gardening techniques like this one. And share this article with any gardener who could benefit from healthier, more vibrant soil. Together, we're building a community of gardeners who understand that healthy soil is the foundation of everything we grow.